name is Brian Murphy. Thank you for having me. And I am running for governor, and I'm running because I'm inspired. Now, I've got 4 young kids. My youngest son was born on Easter Sunday 4 weeks ago. So I think I look better than I feel. That's what Carla told me. I'm so tired. My son's up all night, but it's wonderful. And I want to give my kids a better life than I was given. That's what everybody in America wants, right? And I look at it, and Democrats and Republicans just, they don't get it. They don't get it. There's no one that I could vote for. And I'm very different from both the other candidates, both the Republican in the primary and the Democrat in general. I'm very different. I don't believe we need to raise taxes. They both have. I don't believe the government needs to get any bigger. They both grew it. I am pro-life. It's not my entire platform, but I am pro-life. They're not. I am pro-Second Amendment. They're not. But more importantly, I'm pro-Maryland. I have a bakery 12 miles that way. I started a bakery on Smith Island because it was the right thing to do. We now have 20 employees, and I'm so proud. It's probably the greatest highlight of my professional career, to be honest. When I was 26, I ran a multi-billion-dollar portfolio. That's true, 9 zeros. But running a bakery 12 miles that way is the highlight of my professional career. They're the best people I've ever met, and it's the best honor to work with them. It truly is a pleasure. And I want to make sure that companies come to Maryland and not leave Maryland. And the reason they're leaving, it doesn't make sense to me. Why are people leaving? Maryland has the best education system in the country. It's true. The best infrastructure in the country. It's true. They've got the best environment in the country. They've got the Chesapeake Bay, the crown jewel. It's almost cheating. It's unfair. Everyone should want to live in Maryland. So why are they leaving? They're leaving because of this. Our budget. Broke. Who here even knows how big the budget is? Anybody? Half your money goes to the government, so any project. Do you know how big the state budget is?
$32.3 billion.
Close, $32.435 billion.
They added a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe I'm the minority. Maybe I'm the minority, but I think $135 million is worth talking about, right? It's 135 more than 0.3, but you know, it's a lot of money. Maryland has the highest GDP per capita in the country. Look, I studied economics at the greatest university in the world, University of Maryland, and then I went to Wharton. So I studied finance too. I know a thing or two about numbers. And we have the best GDP per capita in the country. What does that mean? That means our economy is the biggest. That means there's money floating around, right? That's why you see all the nice cars, nice houses, waterfront. People fly in from all over the world to live here. It's the best place to live, right? That's why we live here, right? And then what else do we have? We have the highest tax rate in the country. What does that mean? That means you take the biggest economy, the biggest pie, and you take the biggest slice of the biggest pie. So in simple terms, our budget is bigger than anybody else's. Even I can get that, okay? And if we can't balance our budget without raising taxes, and it hasn't been done in 8 years, that's a fact. If we can't balance our budget without raising taxes, it's impossible. No one can do it. And this little 400-year experiment called America just failed. It was fun, great ride, pack it up, you failed. It's like cheating. But we can do it. And Carmen and I will do it. So I started looking at the budget, because everyone can talk about, lower, we have this great, platitudes, lower taxes, and smaller government, but as an executive, as the governor, your job is to say, where does the rubber meet the road? So who do you guys think got the biggest pay raise last year? Who got the biggest pile of dollars in front of the increase? Who do you think? It's right here. Well, which branch of government? Was it the public schools? No. Was it the environment? No. Was it the police? No. Was it transportation? Who was it? This group called Human Resources. What did they do? Well, why did they get a 13.6% pay raise? Are we in a recession? Did you get 13.6% pay raise? See, maybe I'm just not good with numbers, but I think $300 million is a raise of a lot of money. And I started looking around and why is it that our health budget has grown by 2.2 billion since 2006? I think that's a lot of money. Maybe I'm naive, but 2.2 billion is a lot of money. Now, Tim Pawlenty, he claims, I've never met him, he claims they haven't raised government spending on health care since 2005. Maybe he's lying. Got a phone? Call him. How'd he do it? Why did we raise our spending by $700 million last year? You see these expressions? That's the way I looked at it. And I couldn't put anybody's sticker on my car. So now I have my stickers on my car. Carmen and I are going around the state every day, because you can't fake showing up. We're working almost half as hard as Audrey is. That's hard work. Maybe a third as hard. We're everywhere. Because you can't fake showing up. This is too important to sit out. And we're going to win. I'm not here to make a point. People say, you're running for governor. It could ruin your career. I say, do you promise? Let me get this straight. If I lose, I have your word? I'll never have to run again? I don't want to be a politician. I want to run my bakery. I'll always have a job. I have a great public education. I went to Easton High School, a scholarship at the University of Maryland. I got to go to Wharton as an honor. I'll always have a job. I'm worried about everybody else's job, right? My bakers. I'm worried. Because we're not selling as many cakes as we should. We have a 6% sales tax. I think it should be a 5. I think it should be a 4% sales tax. It's right here. Why can't we compete with our 5 neighbors? It's foolish, right? Why can't we compete with Virginia? We can. God help me. Am I going to move to Virginia now? My kids are Turk fans. That's the deal. Okay? That's the deal. We're not going to the Commonwealth across the Potomac Ocean. No. We live in Maryland. And we're going to fix it. We're going to fix this budget. And you know, Carter, shouldn't mess around. Okay? We're not putting a man on the moon. This is so simple. I can do it. Right? It takes sacrifice and discipline. What percent cut do you think this I'm really talking about? What percent? 25, 30, what percent in dollars do we have to cut? Just over 6%. Are you kidding me? Why is it that we cut $2 billion, it seems like the sky is falling, when we raise $2 billion in taxes, it seems like, oh, no big deal, you never notice. It's the same thing. Could you cut 6% from your budget? If you had to, of course. You know? You don't buy the coffee, you don't go out to dinner, you start doing your own laundry, whatever, you got to do it. It just hasn't been important. That's the reality. For too long, it's just not important. And now it's becoming important. And now everyone's talking about it. It's too late. The government's too big. No one's watching the farm. No one's taking care of business. Our pensions are out of control. It's not fair to state workers. They've made promises that we can't keep. I hate that. That's not fair. You have too many people doing too few jobs. What does that mean? That means a bunch of people are all getting paid more than they should, right? So what are you going to do? I mean, I didn't make these promises. You can either cut the funding or fire people. I don't like that. I don't want to fire anybody. But the problem is we made too many promises to too many people. It's got to stop. And they're doing it in New Jersey, and it's working. They can do it. We can do it in Maryland. What's great, and I'll end on this. You get Brian Murphy in 2010, and it's not going to hurt that much. It's really not. The roads will work. The university, look, I care about Maryland. I went to school here. I went to public school, University of Maryland. I care about it. We're going to make sure everything works. If you get paid too much, I'm sorry. We're going to have a little talk. I'm going to take a 25% pay cut. I am, not because I'm so wealthy. I got 4 young kids. You got to set a signal. It shows leadership, okay? Leadership. It'll still work, because if you don't get Brian Murphy in 2010, you get Chris Christie in 2014. And that's going to hurt, because it's not a game anymore. It's not fun anymore. We can fix this. Together, we can fix this. I want to work for you. And with your help, we can fix it. Thank you. God bless you.